Alright guys, just finished some Twitch stream, so cooking up some late night snack. And yeah, I was just cooking this and then something came into my mind. Alright, we're gonna talk about it in my room. Alright, right here. Alright, I did not notice, wait, wrong. This one, there's like less than 2 hours. I still have not yet picked my characters. So yeah, we're gonna pick Xingqiu, we're gonna do some testing, hopefully give you guys an idea on how strong C2 Xingqiu is. Let's go. Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Alright, forgive my messiness, my messy hair, my messy everything. I just woke up like a couple minutes ago. Alright, today we're gonna test a little bit about Xingqiu, and I'm sure you guys are curious. Wait, there's a chest? What? Oh, right. That's why you always chop off the trees, so you get a clear look at the chest. Okay, Xingqiu C2. Now, for those of you who are not aware, for the longest time ever, I've been using Xingqiu at a C0. Now there's a lot of misconception when it comes to characters. I noticed a lot of people think that you really need Constellation, and I was able to beat Spiral Abyss Floor 12 with a C0 Xingqiu. Now I want to upgrade Xingqiu in the process and bring you guys to it so that you guys can experience. Apparently C2 is one of Xingqiu's best constellations. Alright, and now I actually have 2 of these. I did obtain Xingqiu previously, a duplicate, and then I obtained one more Xingqiu from the recent Stand By Me event, right? So that will basically unlock this particular thing for us, which is extend the duration of Xingqiu's ultimate by 3 seconds. That's very huge, number 1, and also decreases the hydro resistance of opponents hit by sword rain attacks by 15%. Now that's what I want to test. When you look at 15%, it looks like a very small number. Now of course, when we talk about resistance, right? Different enemies have different resistance numbers, right? Ruin Guard might have slightly more compared to some Pyro enemies, etc. So it's going to be something that's quite difficult to test consistently throughout, but hopefully it will give you an idea of how much that 15% reduce in resistance is going to affect. Alright, now let's jump into a quick test. This is one of my favorite spots. Alright, we'll have the Ruin Guard right here. Now this spot is super convenient because it's just right next to a teleport, right? So I'm going to swap in a Xingqiu, so you guys can hopefully witness this for yourself. We're gonna use like maybe Xingqiu and Diluc because this is one of the best combo ever. So right now Xingqiu is at C0. Hopefully we will be able to rain sort this, do a couple of things, show you guys damage etc. Use my my Q. Alright. 2166. 58 something. Alright. Alright, 2166 is the highest number. Vaporize, boom. Alright, yes, ended. Okay, so 2166 for Ruin Guard. Let's see, can I find I think a Fatui agent would be a nice one, right? Let's see if I can find this guy. Oh, conveniently, yeah. It's like right down here. Nice. Ow. Alright, so same thing. I will do this, right? So how much do we get? 2122. 6621. Gotta be careful not to kill him. Alright, 2122. Okay, so that's cool. So now constellation wise, let's go, boom. Alright, we're going to increase the maximum number of rain swords. Now this one doesn't really increase upon Xingqiu's damage. What it does, alright, if you look at this, if you're not familiar, every time he uses his elemental skill, it creates rain swords. Right here it says. Alright, so this ability creates maximum number of rain swords. So since at C0, Xingqiu only has the ability to create 3 rain swords. At C1, Xingqiu will have 4 rain swords, so that's how you are able to tell if a Xingqiu is either C0 or above C1. So this helps you in 2 ways. Okay, so when you take damage, rain sword will shatter, reducing the amount of damage taken. So it reduces the amount of damage taken, and also increases the resistance of your character to interruption, and it all scales based upon Xingqiu's hydro damage bonus, which is very cool. Alright, so right here it says here, damage reduction ratio, duration, cooldown, etc. So having the C1, what it does is it just increases the number of rain swords, so it increases the number of damage resistance that you can have at a time, which is pretty cool. I guess it's not such a bad ability. So let's activate that first. Alright, so now let's have a look at C2. Now C2, in my opinion, is the money right here. Alright, this is where it gets really interesting. Alright, I really want to have a look at this. Number one, it extends your duration for your Guhua sword, which is your elemental burst, and also decrease hydro resistance. Okay, so let's jump into this. We're gonna go come down here. So now that we have a C2 Xingqiu, so we're gonna try to get our elemental skill off. Gonna try to recharge our skills. Okay, so as you can see, I have 4 rain swords surrounding me as opposed to 3. Alright, circling me. So C2 Xingqiu, let's have a look. We're gonna test against the Ruin Guard. Same deal. Now if I'm not mistaken, I deal about 2100 something damage just now. So now that I have this ability, you know, to reduce the resistance. Oh. So now I'm doing 2400. Okay, so as you guys can see right here in this clip, so clearly we are seeing a damage increase. But whether or not this damage increase is significant to you guys is going to be dependent on what you're comparing it to. For me, I would say the damage increase is pretty good. Alright, so I'm getting from about 2100 on average for my elemental burst on Xingqiu to proc. This is when he crits, of course, and that increased to about 2400 or so, 2410. Now that is quite a huge increase, about 300 damage increase. Now if you compare Xingqiu's elemental skill, now that increase is even more significant. Now you can see the picture on the left, I'm getting 5801 on my elemental skill. Now I'm going to assume this is a crit damage, right? And you can see the damage on the right, that increase is a lot, from 58 to 6600. So approximately around 800, you know, damage increase right there. Now of course, this can be further improved depending on Xingqiu's artifacts etc. I don't have like the optimal artifacts on Xingqiu, but I would say the damage increase right here is pretty significant in my opinion. Now let's move on to the comparison between the Pyro Fatui agent. Alright, so we're gonna use Q. 24, 24, 66. Okay, so based on my observations, again the clip on the left is the one that's before Xingqiu at C0, and the clip on the right is indicating Xingqiu at C2. Now you can see the damage difference. We are comparing the crits right here, right? It's about 200 or so. So we can find the damage at the left when maxed out when crit is about 2122, and on the right is about 2417. So now the damage increase is definitely there, about 200 to 300 damage right there. But when it comes to the elemental skill, now that is where the increase is gonna be even more significant, because we are gonna get increase from about 5800, right, to about 6600. So that is a huge increase right there. Again, we're gonna see about 800 damage increase. Now Xingqiu's elemental skill is a bit complicated. Apparently it has 2 separate procs, right? And you can see on the image right here, the second one did not crit on the C2 Xingqiu right here, therefore there's a lower damage at 3820. Well, that's a bummer unfortunately, but hopefully this gives you guys an idea. I would say the damage increase is pretty pronounced. It's actually, you can feel it. The stronger your Xingqiu gets, right, if you have better artifacts etc, the damage increase is going to be much more significant for sure. Now this jumps into the next question. should you guys pull, knowing that, you know, now we're gonna get the Hu Tao banner, right? And Xingqiu is in it. Now for those of you who are not aware, they already announced it officially. Hu Tao will be here alongside with Xingqiu, alongside with Chongyun, alongside with Xiangling. Now I know a lot of players, they look at the 4 stars and Xingqiu is just undeniably good. I would say he's like better than the other two. Not because the other two are bad, it's just that there's no competition for Hydro right now. Like Hydro characters, let me know. Who else? Barbara. Okay, everybody gets Barbara for free, but she doesn't really do much in terms of applying Hydro, right? Unless you swap to her and smack the enemies with her attacks. And then you have Mona, which is really difficult for a lot of players to obtain, right? Because she's a 5-star. And then Child is no longer existent, so that leaves Xingqiu, the only good, relevant Hydro character for a lot of players. I would say, dang, if you want to risk Xingqiu C2 in the Hu Tao banner, it's gonna be really risky, but I'm gonna say it might be worth it. Based on the damage numbers that I show you guys, do you guys think it's worth it? I would say yes, right? Especially, like I say, my Xingqiu is somewhat on the average side. I'm still working on improving his artifacts, so bear with me for a bit. Hopefully we'll do an updated guide once my Xingqiu gets improved even further. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, knowing now that C2 Xingqiu is actually really strong, really good. Are you guys gonna pull for him? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.